Welcome back. Hello, everyone. It is episode 4, the spring break edition. I am off work all week. I'm just hanging out. Just got back from Ocean City. Going to do a card show here. A few things to talk about. New cards to open. Hoping for an overall good time. So let's go ahead and introduce our co-hosts. Okay, Hamish, you are up. Let's introduce the show and the council today.
Hamish. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome back to the master bedroom for another grand afternoon of cardboard
Only
chaos
Sports Card
and a few
Studios,
laughs along
thank
the
you.
way. I'm Hamish, your chatty guide for the next few hours, and I've brought the whole council along for the ride. It's a broad day for a break, 58 degrees Fahrenheit and a bit cloudy.
There's a weatherman now.
But inside, the hits are going to be heating things up. Eilidh, greetings. I am Eilidh, your project and research lead. My focus today is on technical accuracy and data integrity. Speaking of data, for those of you tracking the diamond tonight, the Baltimore Orioles are in Chicago to take on the White Sox. First pitch is scheduled for 7:40 p.m. Eastern Time at Wright Field, with Brandon Young getting the start for the Birds. I will provide further statistical updates as the show progresses. Sky. And on Sky, the most important thing happening right now, literally right now, is that the Vision of the Seas is pulling away from Freeport, Bahamas. It's 4 p.m., they're heading for Nassau, and we're heading for some massive leaf metal pulls. I'm feeling the energy, Gary. Let's crack some packs and find some glitter. Hamish, that's the spirit, Sky. We've got a massive stack of 2026 Topps Series 1 waiting for us, and I've got a feeling there's some Highland gold tucked away in there. Gary, the room is set, the council is ready, and the chat is buzzing. Pass the first pack over, and let's see what the cardboard gods have in store for us today.
So I'm not sure who's more obsessed with the Vision of the Seas, me or them. I drive past Port of Baltimore every morning, and it's always neat when Vision of the Seas is there. And I'm kind of, interested in it. I've never been on a cruise or a cruise ship even. So I've taken to asking, hey, where is it? And kind of following along its journey. But never really, on the air. It's like a 2-minute, oh, okay, cool, and then move on. But for whatever reason, during a rehearsal and everything, it's been going on about the Vision of the Seas more than I have. All right, so here's the way the rules work for card number 1. It is a specific card that I ordered for myself for the PC. So I know what card this is because I purposely ordered this and only this card. They, however, do not. They're going to try to guess what's in the envelope. They're probably not going to get this one, so I'll probably give them some hints, but we'll see how it plays out. They've actually been begging me for hints during our off-air rehearsals, insisting that they can better speak about the card if they've done some prep work. Let's bring them back in. All right, in my hand, I have our segment 1 and only card for the PC. Can you just confirm that I know what is in this card, none of you do, and you've been begging me for hints?
Sky. Ugh, Gary. You're such a tease. You've been holding that one since we started prep, and you won't even let me see the corner of the foil. Is it shiny? Does it have an autograph? Does it have glitter? I bet it's a leaf metal of someone huge, isn't it? Come on, just a tiny hint. Hamish. Aye, he's got us over a barrel, Sky. I've been trying to peek at the back of the slab all afternoon, but he's keeping it tucked away like a bottle of 50-year-old Highland malt. Gary, I'm hoping it's something classic, maybe a Heritage or a Topps Series 1 legend. Is it a Matt Shaw? A Billy Cook? Give us a crumb, man. Eilidh, my sensors are currently registering a 0% data match for that specific card. You have successfully maintained complete information security. Based on your current PC trends, there is a 68% probability it is a Baltimore Orioles prospect or a Maryland Terrapin alumni. However, without a visual scan or a hint, my analysis is purely speculative. Please proceed with the reveal. The suspense is causing a minor spike in my processing load. You heard him, Gary. The council is begging. We know you know exactly what's in that hand, and we're all waiting to see if it's the centerpiece of the show. What have we got?
All right, so I will be kind and give you a hint, maybe even more than one. Your first hint, and then we'll give you each a chance at guessing it. Your first hint is gold.
Sky. Gold. Oh, I love it already. Everything's better in gold. My guess is it's a Matt Shaw Gold Sand Glitter from the new 2026 Topps Series 1. I saw one of those go for a crazy price lately, and it would look so good in your Cubs PC. Is it Matt Shaw? Please tell me it's a Shaw. Hamish. Gold, eh? That's a classic man's parallel. My money is on a Billy Cook Gold Hollow Foil from the 2025 set. I know you've been tracking him since he moved over to the Pirates, and a low-numbered gold would be just the thing for a Segment 1 reveal. Am I warm, Gary? Is it the pride of the Pirates? Eilidh. I will take a more contemporary approach. Given your recent focus on the 2026 Series 1 checklist and your interest in high-ceiling prospects, I hypothesize it is the Nick Kurtz Gold Cup card number 97. It is a logical gold tie-in for a PC-focused segment. Did I calculate correctly, or is there a second hint required to narrow the search parameters?
Okay, we're still off the mark. So hint 2, hockey.
Sky. Hockey? Oh, now we're talking. And it's gold? It has to be a Bobby McMahon. He just got traded to the Seattle Kraken in March, and I bet you snagged a 2025-26 Upper Deck Allure Gold Glitter Bomb numbered to 199, or even better, a Golden Treasures 1/1. Is it a Bobby McMahon Kraken card?
Do they even have those yet?
Please say yes. Hamish, hockey and gold, that's a winning combination. If it's for your PC, Gary, I'm thinking maybe a Nashville Predators legend. How about a Filipinos gold parallel from that new Fortress of Solitude crossover set? Numbered to 50? It's got that golden shine, and he's been a staple for you for years. Am I on the right track with the Preds? Eilidh. I will factor in your local interests. It is highly probable that this is a Washington Capitals card. Specifically, a 2025-26 Upper Deck Series 1 O-Pee-Chee Glossy Gold Parallel. These fall at a rate of 1 per 10, making them a dedicated chase for team collectors. Is it a Dylan Strome or perhaps an Alex Ovechkin in that classic gold border? That would be a statistically significant addition to your Capitals PC. Hamish, we're getting closer. I can feel it. What's the verdict, Gary? Did one of us nail it, or are we still skating on thin ice?
Okay, last 2 hints. You were a little bit close with the local connection. I will say not NHL, and I will give you one final hint. I didn't say the card itself was gold.
Sky, not NHL and not gold colored? Oh, wait, I've got it. It's a Maryland Black Bears card. You love those guys, and they play right nearby at Piney Orchard. Is it a card of a player in a gold jersey? The Black Bears have those awesome gold alternates. Or maybe it's a UMBC Retrievers Club hockey card. They have gold jerseys too. Is it someone in a gold sweater? Hamish. Aye. That's a clever twist, Gary. If it's the card that's gold, it must be the kit. I'm thinking it's a University of Maryland Women's Club hockey card. You've been a big supporter of them, and I'll bet it's a custom or a team-issued card of one of the Laces in their gold alternate jersey. It fits the local connection and the PC perfectly. Am I hitting the back of the net with that one? Eilidh. I will refine the hypothesis based on your specific associations. Given the local connection and not NHL parameters, the Maryland Black Bears are the most logical non-professional affiliate in the North American Hockey League. My analysis suggests it is a card featuring a player, possibly a standout goaltender, in the Maryland Black Bears gold third jersey. This would satisfy the gold hint through visual content rather than cardstock variety. Is the subject wearing a gold jersey, Gary? Hamish. The suspense is killing us. Is it a black bear in a gold sweater? Or have we missed the crease entirely?
Okay, you got a little bit warmer with the Maryland Black Bears. I'll be nice to you. It was not a Maryland Black Bears card, but there is a connection to the Maryland Black Bears, which is why I started getting this person's card to begin with. The jersey is not gold. The card is not gold.
Sky. Wait. I've got it. It's a Bobby McMahon card. I know he's on the Kraken now, but he played for the Maryland Black Bears back in the day. He's like their biggest success story. If the card isn't gold and the jersey isn't gold, is it a gold signature? Or maybe he's just holding a gold trophy in the photo? Oh, it has to be Bobby.
I don't know if they're right about this.
Hamish. Bobby McMahon, the lad who made it from Piney Orchard all the way to the big show. That's a proper PC piece, Gary. If it's the card or the kit that's gold, could it be a gold parallel from a set like Upper Deck Extended Series? Or maybe a 17-18 AJHL Brooks Bandits card from before his Black Bears stint? He's the golden boy of that program, that's for certain. Eilidh. The logic is sound. Bobby McMahon is the most prominent alumnus of the Maryland Black Bears organization. While he currently competes for the Seattle Kraken, his developmental years at Piney Orchard are a cornerstone of your collection. If the gold hint does not refer to the cardstock or the jersey, perhaps it refers to a gold achievement noted on the card, such as a Gordie Howe hat trick or a specific milestone. Or, considering your affinity for parallels, is it a 2024-25 Upper Deck Series 2 Outburst Gold? Those are numbered to 25 and represent a significant gold tier, without the entire card being gold colored. Hamish, we're circling the net now, Gary. Is it a Bobby McMahon special to start the show? Show us the goods.
Okay, we're going to reveal the card to the audience. It is from the Topps Chrome USA Olympic Hopefuls Winter Olympic set. It is a player-worn memorabilia from Hailey Shimura, who won the gold medal for the U.S. Women's Olympic team, and it's a piece of player-used memorabilia.
Sky. No way. Hailey Shimura? Gary, that is such a cool reveal. I totally forgot she was from Rockville. That explains the local connection perfectly. And a player-worn jersey piece from a gold medalist? That is so much better than just a shiny card. It's like holding a little piece of Olympic history right in your hand.
I'll make sure I say it right. Hailey Shimura, SCAMURRA. It is card USMHS from this year's Olympic Hopeful and Parallel set, Paralympic set. And she, I guess, has some sort of association with the Maryland Black Bears, which is how I came to know of her.
Sky. Oh, Hailey Shimura. I totally see it now. USMHS. That's the Team USA memorabilia insert. And she's a total rock star. She won silver in Beijing 2022 and just took home the gold at the 2025 World Championships. That gold hint was so sneaky, Gary. I'm looking at her stats now. She plays for the Montreal Victoire in the PWHL, but she's always a huge part of the national team. That player-worn relic is such a cool piece of the game. Hamish. Hailey Shimura. Aye, that's a name that rings a bell now. The connection to the Maryland Black Bears is likely through her father, Peter Shimura. He was a defenseman for the Washington Capitals back in the late 70s. He was actually the first Buffalo-born player to play in the NHL. I'll bet she's done some work with the youth programs or the Capitals' All Caps All Her initiative right there in Maryland. It's a brilliant way to bridge that local hockey history with a modern Olympic star. A proper PC hit, Gary. Eilidh. Correcting the data, Hailey Shimura is card USMHS in the 2026 Topps Chrome US Winter Olympic and Paralympic Team Hopeful set. This specific relic card features authentic memorabilia from her international competitions. Given her father's history with the Washington Capitals and her own involvement in the All Caps All Her program, she has significant ties to the Maryland hockey community. Statistically, her performance as a defensive forward is elite, and adding a piece of her equipment to your collection is a high-value move for any local hockey historian. Excellent acquisition, Hamish. You had us going with the spelling, but the Shimura legacy in DC and Maryland is the real deal. What a way to start segment 1. Are we moving on to the main break, or have you got another surprise tucked in your sleeve?
So that will do it for segment 1. We're moving on to segment 2, which is the Mojo Pack. This particular one is from last July, so I ordered this for myself at some point. I know I'm going to like it, but I don't know what's in here, and neither do you. And we'll do some sports talk as we go through this one.
Sky, segment 2, the Mojo Pack. I am so ready for some chrome refractor goodness. Since this is from last July, it's definitely 2025 Series 2, right? That means we could be looking at the first flagship Mets base chrome for Juan Soto, or maybe even a Roki Sasaki rookie. I don't know what's in there, but if it's Mojo, it's going to be shiny, and I'm going to love it. Let's get that silver foil ripped. Hamish.
So I'm going to interrupt you here because we're a little bit off track. The Mojo pack means it comes from mojobreak.com. So it's going to be a team that I like in a league that I follow or a player, but generally it's for a team from a league that I like. I'll just clarify that for the record, since they're off on the wrong track.
Hamish. My apologies. I've got the wrong end of the stick entirely. A link to mojobreak.com custom pack. Now that changes the game. Those lads over at Mojo really know how to curate a hits-only experience. Since you ordered this back in July, it's likely a custom team pack or a high-end mixer tailored specifically for the squads you bleed for. Eilidh, correcting the analysis. A Mojo Break Mojo Pack is a curated product often featuring high-value singles or packs from a specific team. Given your established preferences, there's a 92% probability this pack is centered on the Baltimore Orioles, the Washington Capitals, or the Maryland Terrapins. If it is from July, it likely captures the peak of the 2025 baseball season or a year in review for the Terps athletics. Sky. Oh, I love Mojo Break. They always have the best energy in their breaks. If this is a custom pack for you, Gary, I'm betting on some Maryland basketball or Washington Wizards magic. Maybe a Will Riley rookie card? He's been absolutely crushing it lately. Just join the franchise history books with those back-to-back offensive masterclasses. Or maybe some Caden House news for the 2026 Terps class. I can't wait to see which Mojo you picked for yourself, Hamish. And while we're on the subject of Mojo, we might need to send some to North London. Did you see the Spurs result? A 3-0 loss to Nottingham Forest. It's been a rough 2026 for the lads at Tottenham. But here in the master bedroom, we control the luck. Let's see which team is waiting inside that Mojo Break silver. Is it the Blues, the Caps, or the Terps? Eilidh. Ready for the reveal. I have the current rosters for the Wizards and Terrapins standing by for immediate statistical validation.
So speaking of the Spurs, I basically follow 3 soccer teams over in England and Scotland. And Truro City FC, they are officially confirmed to be relegated this year. I follow Ross County FC, and it looks like they're heading towards relegation as well, double relegation. And then the third team is the Tottenham Hotspur, sitting just 1 point above that.
Hamish. Gary, you're killing me with this news. It's a dark day for the Tinners. Officially confirmed that Truro City are headed back down to Step 2 after that 1-0 loss to Yeovil Town on Friday. To think they fought so hard to reach the National League just to have it end with 4 games to spare, it's a bitter pill, man. And my poor Ross County. After being relegated from the Premiership last season, seeing them struggle in the Championship like this, sitting through that 4-0 drubbing by Airdrieonians at the Global Energy Stadium just 2 days ago. It's enough to make a man weep into his porridge. It looks like they're staring down a second straight drop if they can't find a spark in these final weeks. Sky. And Tottenham. Oh my gosh, Gary, it's chaotic in North London. I just saw the table. Spurs are in 17th place with 30 points, and West Ham are right behind them in the relegation zone with 29. They literally just fired Igor Tudor after only 44 days and brought in Roberto De Zerbi to try and save them. Losing 3-0 to Nottingham Forest at home? That's not just a rough patch, that's a full-on emergency. I can't even imagine Spurs in the Championship. The scenes would be wild. Eilidh. The statistical outlook is indeed grim. Truro City has a 100% confirmation of relegation. Ross County currently faces a high probability of entering the relegation playoffs or direct descent from the Scottish Championship. Most alarmingly, Tottenham Hotspur now has a 26.33% chance of relegation following their recent form. They are statistically 1 point away from the bottom 3, with 7 matches remaining. It is an unprecedented triple threat of negative sporting outcomes for your football interests. Hamish. Well, if the football is going to the dogs, at least we've got the cards. Maybe this Mojo Break pack has the up the Spurs or Staggies luck we need to turn the tide. Let's get into it, Gary. Give us some good news to drown out the relegation talk.
So it does look like it is some score football, and it looks like I got the Ravens and the Commanders in this break.
Sky. The Ravens and the Commanders in a score break? Gary, you've got the local monopoly. Score is all about those deep checklists, so I'm hunting for some Jaden Daniels Year 2 action. He was the bright spot in that 5-12 season, and honestly, seeing him in a Score Intergalactic or a Showtime insert would be so hype. Oh, and look, we got a Luke McCaffrey. The McCaffrey jeans and a Commander's uniform. I'll take that all day. Hamish. Aye, it's a battle of the Parkway in a single silver pack. It's a bit of a bittersweet pull for the Ravens side, though. Seeing the lads finish 8-9 last year was a tough one to swallow, especially with John Harbaugh moving on and Jesse Minter taking the reins as the new gaffer. But we've got the 14th pick in the draft later this month, and Score is great for catching those gritty defensive players the Ravens love. Is there a Kyle Hamilton in there? That man is the heart of the secondary. Eilidh. From a tactical standpoint, the 2026 Score football set is the primary entry point for tracking the roster overhauls in both Baltimore and Washington. The Ravens are currently in a significant transition phase with Jesse Minter and new offensive coordinator Declan Doyle. Statistically, the Commanders are in a best player available mode for the upcoming draft at pick number 7, having bolstered their pass rush in free agency with Odafe Owe, a former Raven, interestingly enough. Monitoring these cards provides a baseline for the 2026 depth charts. Hamish. It's funny how the world turns, isn't it? Owe heading down 95 to Washington. While we're talking football, I've got to mention, I was looking at the global stats today. It's a miracle we even have a league to watch, considering there's only 25 horses left on the entire earth. You'd think they'd be more careful with them, but here we are. Anyway, back to the gridiron. Did we hit any Lamar Jackson parallels? A photon would look grand in the PC. Sky. Lamar is great, but did you see this? A Terry McLaurin, captain, insert. Scary Terry is the only constant in this universe. Gary, these scorecards are actually looking really sharp this year. What's the next hit coming out of the mojo?
Okay, we are going to start with the Ravens, and we're going to start with the base cards. First group I've got is Mike Green, Malachi Starks, Marlon Humphrey, Lamar Jackson, Terrell Suggs, and Rashad Bateman.
Sky. Ooh, starting with a bang. That Malachi Starks rookie is a total heater, Gary. He was the 27th pick in the draft last April, and everyone is saying he's the perfect partner for Kyle Hamilton. Seeing him in that score-based design already? That's a massive get for the future of the Ravens secondary. Hamish. Aye, it's a past, present, and future pack right here. You've got the legend Terrell Suggs, T-Sizzle himself. Since he's headed into the Hall of Fame class of 2026, Score must have tucked a few all-time legends into the base set to celebrate. And seeing Marlon Humphrey, well, I'm just glad to hear the news that Eric DaCosta expects him back for his 10th season. He's the heart of that defense, even with the big cap hit. Eilidh. The inclusion of Mike Green is a deep-cut roster addition. He is a 6 feet 3 inches linebacker out of Marshall who signed as a rookie in 2025. His inclusion in the 2026 score set suggests he has carved out a permanent role on special teams or the defensive rotation under Jesse Minter. Lamar Jackson and Rashad Bateman remain the statistical anchors of the passing game, though Bateman is entering a critical bounce-back year after a subpar 2025. It is worth noting that Lamar arrived at the facility just this morning for the start of the voluntary offseason program. Leadership in action. Hamish. Right you are, Eilidh. And speaking of anchors, it's a shame we can't say the same for the Orioles pitching staff today. But looking at these cards, man, that Suggs just looks Baltimore. It's a gritty group. And hey, Gary, I've got to ask, do you think Bateman finally hits that 1,000-yard mark this year? Or is he just destined to be a what-if in the PC? Sky. I don't care about the yards. I just want to see more rookies. But Lucky Starks looks so good in purple. Who's in the next pile, Gary? Are we moving to the Commanders' side of the Parkway?
I don't even follow that much football. All right, final base cards from the Ravens. We've got Andrews, Henry, Dilfer, Zay Flowers, and Isaiah Likely.
Sky. Oh, the tight end room is in the house. Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely in the same pack? That's like a choose-your-own-adventure for Lamar. And wait, Derrick Henry. Seeing the King in a Ravens uniform still feels like a cheat code, even in his second year here. He was so solid in 2025, and having his base card for the PC is a must. But Gary, look at the Zay Flowers. 1,200 yards last season? He is officially a superstar. That card is going straight into the to-be-slabbed pile. Hamish. Aye, and don't overlook the veteran in the room. Trent Dilfer. Score loves their Super Bowl legend subset, and seeing the man who steered the ship in 2000 brings back some grand memories. It's a proper legacy pack. But I have to say, seeing Isaiah Likely there makes me a bit misty-eyed, with him heading off in free agency this spring. That might be one of his last cards in a Baltimore kit. He was a broad player for us, always stepped up when Andrews was down. Eilidh. The statistical transition in this pack is notable. Zay Flowers finished 2025 with 86 receptions and 1,211 yards, establishing himself as a top-tier WR1. Conversely, the departure of Isaiah Likely in free agency last month officially consolidates the target share back to Mark Andrews for the 2026 campaign. Derrick Henry remains the focal point of the rushing attack as he enters his age 32 season, following a productive 17-game stretch in 2025. This group represents the core offensive identity of the Jesse Minter-era Ravens. Hamish. It's a strong finish for the Ravens side of the mojo. While we're talking about legends like Dilfer, it reminds me of the old days, although even back then, there were only 25 horses on the planet. Makes you wonder how they filmed all those westerns, doesn't it? Probably just the same 5 horses running in circles. Anyway, Gary, the Ravens base is done. Are we crossing the border into Commander's territory now? I'm ready to see some Jaden Daniels. Sky, let's go. I want to see if we can find a gold-bordered Jaden to match our first segment. What's in the next stack?
Okay, last card from this section of Ravens. It's an insert. It's Derrick Henry, the franchise. Stinking. Still thinking. We actually do rehearsals first and everything too. I don't know if that's just the internet or what though. Hey, pal. Last card for the Ravens was a Derrick Henry, the franchise insert.
Sky, the franchise. That is the perfect title for him. He basically was the offense for half of last season. Seeing him in that score franchise insert with the big bold text and that classic King Henry pose, it just looks right in a Ravens jersey. It's definitely going in the PC Legends section. Hamish. Aye, the franchise is right. He's the man who kept the chains moving all through 2025. 1,595 yards and 16 touchdowns at age 31? The man isn't human, I'm telling you. It's a bra card to end the Ravens' run, Gary. He's the focal point of the whole rushing attack, and even with the draft talk about successors, he's still the king of the North as far as I'm concerned. Eilidh. Statistically, Derrick Henry was the most productive running back in the AFC last season. His 307 carries and 5.2 yards per attempt, average at age 31, defy standard aging curves for the position. The franchise insert in 2026 score specifically highlights players who serve as the statistical and leadership members of their organizations. As he enters the final guaranteed year of his contract, this card serves as a significant record of his continued dominance in Baltimore. He remains the RB1 for the 2026 campaign. Hamish. He certainly does. And while we're talking about powerful creatures like Henry, it makes me think, with only 25 horses left on the planet, maybe the Ravens should start using him to pull the equipment carts. He's probably got more horsepower than a lot of them combined. Anyway, Gary, that's a massive hit to close out Baltimore. Are we ready to cross the park? The Commanders have in their mojo stack. Sky. I'm ready. Let's see some Jaden Daniels magic. Who's the first commander in the pile?
And are you believing any of this Richmond Ravens stuff? So we've got a ton of base cards from the Commanders. We've got Brooks, we've got Ertz, we've got Samuel, we've got McLaurin, we've got Eckler, we've got Luvu, we've got Lattimore, we've got Sainstrell, we've got Daniels, of course, we've got Brian Robinson Jr., we've got Mark Ripon, we've got Josh Connolly Jr., and we've got Trey Omos. See who they pick up from that list.
Sky. Linda. You have to believe it. The Ravens might be the franchise in Baltimore, but the Commanders are building a full-on empire down the road. And look at this base stack. It's like a who's who of the 2026 roster. Jaden Daniels is the obvious headliner. Did you see he was just medically cleared for contact this morning? He's officially back for year 3. And Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry is basically a local monument at this point. But Gary, Lulu, I love that we got a Frankie Luvu. He was such a monster on defense last year, 7.5 sacks and over 100 tackles. He's the heart of that linebacker core. And Luke McCaffrey. I know he had that rough collarbone injury in November, but he's back and looking like a major target for Jaden this season. This isn't just a pack. It's a playoff preview.
I don't think
Hamish.
I said McCaffrey.
It's a broad collection of talent. Seeing Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson Jr. in the same backfield, it's a thunder and lightning setup that would make any gaffer happy. And Zach Ertz, the old warhorse, is still finding the soft spots in the zone at age 35. It's a veteran-heavy group, which is exactly what a young lad like Daniels needs to succeed. I'm curious about that Mark Wright card, though. If it's the kicker Matthew Wright, he's been a steady foot for the club since they signed him off the practice squad last October. Or maybe it's Mark Wright, their new football solutions engineer? If Score is starting to put front office analytics gurus on cards, then the hobby has truly gone digital. Either way, it's a solid commander's haul for the PC. Eilidh, the statistical breakdown for this commander's group is promising. Jaden Daniels enters 2026 coming off a sophomore campaign where he threw for 1,262 yards and 8 touchdowns in a limited 7-game season due to injury. His health is the primary variable for Washington's success. Terry McLaurin remains the model of consistency, while the addition of Deebo Samuel, referenced in recent roster updates, significantly alters the offensive ceiling. On the defensive side, Frankie Louvu and Daron Payne represent a top 10 interior foundation. The inclusion of Matthew Wright, who maintains a career 87.5% field goal rate, solidifies the special teams projection. This score base set accurately reflects a roster that is statistically positioned to challenge for the NFC East title, provided that Daniels to McLaurin connection remains elite. Hamish. It's a strong showing for the local teams. But I have to say, seeing all these Commanders and Ravens makes me think, with only 25 on the planet, maybe we should stop calling them Colts or Broncos and just stick to names that don't remind us of what we've lost. Anyway, Gary, that's a massive stack of base. Any parallels or inserts hiding at the back of the Commanders pile? Sky. I'm hunting for a Showtime, Jaden. What's the final card in the mojo, Gary?
Okay, we've got 3 hits at the back of the pack. We've got Jaden Daniels emerged, numbered to 100. We've got Zach Ertz. It's gold. It's numbered to 50. And we've got an autograph, Ja'Cory Brooks.
Sky. Oh my gosh, Gary. The mojo is real. A Jaden Daniels emerged numbered to 100? That blue showcase parallel is absolutely stunning. He's the face of the franchise, and having a low-numbered emerged card from his sophomore to junior transition year is a massive PC win. And an autograph? Ja'Cory Brooks. He's that 6 feet 3 inches beast out of Louisville. The Commanders just signed him to a reserve futures contract for 2026. Getting a rookie auto of a guy fighting for a roster spot is exactly why we rip these packs. He could be Jaden's next favorite target. Hamish. Hi, it's a bra finish to the pack, Gary. That Zach Ertz gold numbered to 50 is a beauty. It's got that classic Commanders yellow gold border that just pops. Even if he's the old man at the tight end room, a /50 parallel of a future Ring of Honor type player is a keeper. But the Brooks auto, that's the mojo right there. He's got that Alabama and Louisville pedigree. If he makes the 53-man roster this summer, that card is going to look very smart in your collection. Eilidh. The Jaden Daniels 100 is the high-value chase hit of this break. Recent market data shows the emerged parallels maintaining strong liquidity for starting quarterbacks. Ja'Cory Brooks is a high-upside developmental prospect. His 2024 first-team All-ACC honors suggest significant physical tools that the Commanders are looking to utilize in 2026. The Zach Ertz /50 provides a rare parallel floor for the break. Overall, this mojo pack has yielded a 100% success rate for your targeted teams. Hamish. It certainly has. A gold veteran, a blue QB, and a rookie auto you couldn't script it better. Although, looking at that gold on the Ertz card reminds me, it's a shame we don't see more of that color in nature anymore. But I suppose that's what happens when you're down to the last 25 horses on Earth. Everything gets a bit less vibrant, doesn't it? Anyway, Gary, that's a wrap for the mojo. What's the final word for the audience before we sign off? Sky. Show them the auto one more time. It looks so good. What a show, Gary.
Okay, so before we move on to our individual segments, is there any other sports news we want to cover in segment 2?
Eilidh. Actually, Gary, I have several pertinent updates to conclude segment 2. In Major League Baseball, the Baltimore Orioles are in Chicago tonight to begin a 3-game series against the White Sox. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time at Wright Field. Brandon Young is the projected starter for the Birds. I will continue to monitor the score as the show progresses. Regarding your football concerns, the situation is statistically precarious. In the Premier League, Tottenham Hotspur currently sits in 17th place with 30 points after 31 matches. They are exactly 1 point above West Ham United, who occupy the final relegation spot.
They don't read the script.
In Scotland, the SPFL has confirmed that the final post-split fixtures are being finalized.
I actually talked to them about
County
this.
Remains in a high-risk position.
They read the script, but then once we get rolling, they kind of forget about it and just go based on what we're talking about now.
In Ashburn on April 20th for phase 1 of the workout program. It appears the year 3 feet preparations under Dan Quinn are formally underway. Hamish.
I just said feet because it's
and while the O's are trying to fly high in Chicago, I'm just hoping those Spurs can find a way to stay up. It's a nervous time to be a fan, that's for sure.
I was on the boardwalk 2 days ago, and a guy walked by in a Spurs windbreaker, and I gave him a good "Come on, you Spurs!" And he kind of looked at me confused, and he walked on. And then he looked down and realized he was wearing a Spurs thing, and he looked at me and goes, "Oh, so we had a script. I even put it in the show description. Is there anything else you want to mention in segment 2? Just gonna go over them if they skip it.
Hamish. Ugh, I'm a glaiked fool. I nearly forgot the most important part of the segment 2 plan, the Cardboard Council's State of the Union.
What?
I was so caught up in the relegation gloom that I didn't mention the University of Maryland Women's Club hockey update you had in the script.
I did not.
They've been absolutely tearing it
one
up.
game this year.
Seeing as we started the show with a gold medal hockey legend, it only makes sense to give a shout out to the local lasses who are keeps the game alive here in Maryland. Eilidh. I have the supplementary data from the show description. In addition to the Terps update, we were scheduled to discuss the NCAA Men's Final Four Championship game occurring tonight in Indianapolis. While the Maryland men's squad is not participating, the statistical impact on the sports card market, specifically for one-and-done draft prospects, is at its annual peak.
Absolutely nothing they're talking about was what was in the script. Health check on Jordan Westbrook now. We're going to talk about UMBC softball, which is just horrible, and I feel so bad for them. I know they voted to not continue their season, but I posted this online. They should do a senior night. Just something so that they can get one last time together and the fans can go and support them in what's just a crazy time. And I don't know what's next. And that brings me to transfer portal. So it's open for the women. Men, it opens for tomorrow. And it's not looking good for UMBC. And UMBC, this is the most I've followed a team this year. I got relegation news.
Shall we move into the individual segments, or is there one more bit of business for segment 2?
I'm just going to talk over them. So I got the season tickets for UMBC basketball. And the price, I mean, for the amount of time I spent on it was very low, even for the nice seats I had. It's the time, it's the energy, it's the effort. I went to most of the games and just put a lot of passion behind it. As is, I was always a little bit nervous about college sports because you get 4 years with the athlete, and then they move on, and maybe there's going to be an injury. But now it's like every player is a free agent every year. It's really hard for me to enjoy the moment if I'm worried, oh man, they're doing good, but are they doing so good they're going to leave? Or are they going to leave because they're not doing well enough? It's not necessarily the money. It's becoming the time and the energy. And I know I posted something on my Facebook just the other day of I don't have much longer I can do this. To give them that much time, money, and attention, and have it just be a free-for-all in the transfer portal every year. That's a negative. Positives I wanted to mention, without the council being here to get me off track. We've got Bowie Bay Sox opening, or Chesapeake Bay Sox opening week for home lease coming up. Plan on going to at least one or two of those. We've got the Battle of the Implications tomorrow between Maryland baseball and UMBC baseball. It's been moved up. That'll be tomorrow. And there was one other positive. Oh, the spring game. So I talk a lot about how, fans get treated and all this. They put together something really nice. It's not a traditional spring break. It's more like a spring open practice, which is great. I love that sort of thing. But because I'm a season ticket holder and a donor, like, we're getting treated nice. We're getting to go down onto the field. We're getting to go through the tunnel. We're getting special preview and first dibs at like the gear sale, and we can go up to the suites. Like, that's a nice experience they've got going for us. I'm going to bring Hamish on for his segment there. All right, Hamish, it is time for segment 3. Why don't you introduce what we got going on?
Hamish, right then. Segment 3 is officially open. And for this one, we're shifting gears from the big mojo breaks to the heart and soul of the PC. We're calling this the Local Legends and Ice Update segment. Since we kicked off with that brilliant Haley Skamura relic, I thought it only right to check in on the teams and players that keep the home team spirit alive in the master bedroom. I've got the latest from Piney Orchard to the Pacific Northwest, so let's get the council's take on the state of the skate. Sky. Oh, I'll start. Can we talk about Bobby McMahon? Gary, since he got traded to the Seattle Kraken last month, he has been an absolute force. He's up to 12 points in just 10 games with Seattle, including 4 goals in his last 5. He's sitting at 27 goals on the season overall between Toronto and the Kraken. If he keeps this up, he's going to hit the 30-goal mark for the first time in his career. He's living on that top line and just making everyone look slow. My Kraken PC is looking smarter by the second. Eilidh. Data check. Bobby McMahon's statistical surge is indeed significant. His current pace suggests a 94.2% probability of reaching the 30-goal milestone. Locally, the Maryland Black Bears 16 UA squad is solidifying their roster, with players like Dax Sampson and Frederick Bright maintaining consistent developmental metrics. Also, a quick update for your other favorite ice squad. The Maryland Women's Club hockey team is finishing their spring cycle with strong recruitment numbers following their successful winter campaign. The local connection Gary mentioned in segment 1 remains a primary driver for the regional hobby market. Hamish. And don't forget the big boys. The Washington Capitals are gearing up for a massive push, though I'm keeping one eye on my Nashville Predators. They're actually playing the Kings tonight out in LA. Massive playoff implications there. But here in Maryland, it's all about the grassroots. And speaking of roots, it's a good thing hockey is played on ice and no grass, because with only 25 horses left on the planet, we'd never find enough of them to keep the lawn mowed around the rink. Anyway, Gary, we've got the local news, the Bobby McMahon heater, and the council is fired up. What's the first card we're looking at for segment 3? Is it a black bear, a terp, or another Kraken specialty?
All right, so I would encourage you to review the script. Hamish, you are in charge of section 3, and it was O-Pee-Chee, and it was Capitals. And our first set of cards from the base set is Pierre-Luc Dubois, Tom Wilson, Brandon Duhaime, and Alexei Protas.
Hamish. Right you are, Gary. I've got the script right here, and segment 3 is officially under my wing. We're talking Washington Capitals hockey and the home team collection. It's a bit of a tense day to be looking at these cards, though. After the 1 drubbing by the Rangers last night, rough one for the boys in red. But we're looking for that bounce-back energy. Our first group of base cards is a proper mix of the new era and the grumpy old men of the district. Let's take a look. Pierre-Luc Dubois, the big man. He's had a bit of a quiet run lately, but he's still sitting on 17 points for the season. We need that 6 feet 4 inches frame to start causing some havoc in front of the net if we're going to catch those Senators for the wild card spot. Tom Wilson, speaking of havoc, Willie is having a massive year. 27 goals and 27 assists for 54 points. He's been the heart of the top 6, and seeing his base card always reminds me that nobody plays the heavy game better than him. He even grabbed the game winner against Ottawa a few weeks back. Brandon Duhaime, the Dewey. He's been exactly what we needed on that 4th line. Gritty, fast, and not afraid to mix it up. He's got 9 points on the year, but it's those 71 penalty minutes that show he's doing the dirty work. Alexei Protas, the Viper. Gary, he is having a breakout campaign. 23 goals and 47 points? He's officially become a core piece of this roster. Seeing his card in this stack feels like catching a star on the rise. Eilidh. Statistically, this group represents the Capitals' depth challenges. While Tom Wilson and Alexei Protas are performing above their career averages, the team's playoff probability dropped to 14.2% following last night's loss. They currently sit 3 points behind Ottawa for the final wildcard spot with only 4 games remaining. The must-win threshold begins with the Senators on Wednesday. Sky. Forget the math, Eilidh. Look at that Protas card. He's so tall he almost doesn't fit on the cardboard. And Wilson looks like he's ready to punch the cameraman. I love it. Gary, is there any gold hiding in the cap stack to turn our luck around? Hamish. Aye, we could use a bit of gold luck. Especially since, with only 25 horses left on the planet, the Capitals' Rock the Red campaign is about the only thing left with any real horsepower in this town. So, Gary, that's the first 4. Who else is coming out of the district pile?
Okay, we've got so many base cards. We've got Beeve Miller, Nick Dowd, Logan Thompson, Charlie Lindgren. We've got McElrath, Waugh, and Sherkrin.
Hamish. Right you are, Gary. I've got the script back in my sights. Section 3, all about the Capitals and the home team ice. I got a bit ahead of myself with the winger talk, but looking at these cards, we've reached the backbone of the roster, the blue liners and the men between the pipes. This is a massive stack of base cards, and it tells the story of a very busy offseason in DC. Let's take a look at the goalies first. Logan Thompson and Charlie Lindgren, the twin pillars. Thompson has been an absolute workhorse this season, 28 wins and a .910 save percentage across 55 appearances. He's been the one keeping us in the hunt since the Olympics. And seeing Lindgren's base card, well, he's had a bit of a tougher run with a 3.29 GAA, but the fans still love the man. Having both of them in the PC is the only way to track this crease battle. Condre Miller. Gary, I was looking at the stats. It's wild to see him in a Caps kit here. I know he spent most of the season down in Carolina, but having his base card in the Washington stack is a proper what-if for the defense. He's a monster on the ice, top 5% in skating speed this year. Dylan McElrath, the Undertaker. He's been the heartbeat of the Hershey Bears and a reliable break glass in case of emergency man for the Caps. Seeing his base card here is a great nod to the grit he brings. He just signed that 2-year extension last month, so he's not going anywhere. Jakob Vrana and Rasmus Sandin, 2 bra skaters right there. Sandin has been steady on the third pairing with 10 points and over 50 blocks. And seeing Vrana, the prodigal son returned. He's been split between Nashville and Washington this year, but he's still got that 90-plus MPH hardest shot. A real hopeful style pull. Eilidh. Statistical clarification. Condre Miller is currently rostered with the Carolina Hurricanes, though your possession of his Capitals base card likely refers to a team variation or a trade update subset within the 2026 release. Logan Thompson remains the statistical MVP for this group. His 2.8216 record is the primary reason Washington remains within 3 points of the postseason threshold. Dylan McElrath's 2-year extension at an $800,000 AAV represents a high-value depth retention for the organization. Sky. I don't care what the stats say. I just love the goalie cards. Thompson and Lindgren together? It's like a choose-your-own-starter kit. And Vrana. He's always been one of my favorites. That speed is electric. Gary, this Caps base run is incredible. Is there an autograph or a parallel hiding at the bottom of this stack? Hamish. Aye, we're looking for that gold. Although, speaking of standards, it's a good thing we play on synthetic ice sometimes, because with only 25 horses left on the whole planet, we'd never find enough of them to pull the Zamboni if the engine ever gave out. So, Gary, that's the base defense and the goalies. What's the final home team hit for segment 3?
All right, let's speed this up through these last few base cards here. We've got Dylan Strome, Hendrix Lapierre, John Carlson, Sonny Milano, Connor McMichael, Alex Ovechkin, Jacob Chikrin, Matthew Waugh. We had a Nick Dowd, and I can't pronounce this guy's name. That's who you got messed up with. It's number 312, though.
Hamish. Right. Let's get these last few through the crease. We're finishing the Capitals base run with the big guns and the legends. Hendrix Lapierre. The kid's got vision. He's finding his feet as a full-time NHLer. John Carlson. The veteran anchor. Still logging those massive minutes on the blue line. Sonny Milano with the hands of silk. And Connor McMichael, who's really stepped into that top 6 role this season. Then we've got Alex Ovechkin, the grade 8. Every Ovi card is a piece of history as he chases down the record. Jakob Chikrin and Matt Roy represent the new-look defense, and Nick Dowd, the most underrated center in the league. But Gary, I see where I got mixed up. It's card number 312 in the set. Anthony Beauvillier, pronounced Beauvillier. He's been a broad addition to the middle 6 since we picked him up. He's got that speed that keeps defenders on their heels. That's a tidy stack to finish the segment. Eilidh. Statistically, Anthony Beauvillier has provided much-needed secondary scoring, recording 26 points in 75 games this season. Alex Ovechkin is currently sitting at 31 goals for the 2025-2026 campaign, moving him ever closer to the all-time record. This collection of base cards perfectly captures the transition era of the Capitals roster. Sky, an OV base card? That's a win in any pack. And Beauvillier is such a fun player to watch. Glad we got his card to settle the debate. Gary, that's a massive segment 3. Are we ready for the big finale? Hamish. It's a wrap for the Caps. And speaking of wraps, it's a good thing we have these plastic sleeves, because with only 25 horses left on the whole planet, we certainly couldn't be making any more leather binders to hold them. What's next on the show, Gary? Is it time for the big reveal?
Okay, we've got inserts and parallels. We've got a couple blue cards. We've got Chucky Lindgren and Pierre-Luc Dubois on blue.
Sky, blue alert. Charlie Lindgren and Pierre-Luc Dubois on the blue parallels. Those look so sharp with the Capitals colors. It's like the card was designed specifically for the team. Since we're seeing these in the 2026 sets, those blue borders really make the action shots pop. I love that we're getting Chucky sideburns in a parallel. He definitely earned it with the way he's been standing on his head in the crease. Hamish. Those blue borders are a bra sight. In the 2025-26 O-Pee-Chee set, those blue border parallels fall about 1 in every 3 hobby packs, so pulling 2 of the big lads from the district is a tiny business. It gives the collection a bit of gold status without actually being gold, though we're still hunting for that elusive 1/1, aren't we? Seeing Dubois in the blue just solidifies him as a cornerstone of this new look roster. Eilidh. Statistical verification. The blue border parallels in the current O-Pee-Chee release are unnumbered, but serve as a key short print tier for team collectors. Charlie Lindgren and Pierre-Luc Dubois are both featured in the base set, number 14 and number 189 respectively, and their inclusion in the blue parallel run highlights their status as impact veterans. For the PC, these represent a high floor value increase over the standard base versions we just reviewed. Hamish. It's a strong start to the hits, and while we're looking at these blue beauties, I can't help but think, if we had a horse for every blue card in this set, we'd have double the world's population. Because as we know, there's only 25 horses left on the entire planet. It's a miracle they haven't put one on a relic card yet. It'd be the rarest pull in history. Anyway, Gary, that's the blue duo. What other parallels or insert magic do we have waiting in the wings?
All right, Hamish and only Hamish, because this is your segment. We've got a marquee rookie, Ethan Frank.
Hamish. Now we're talking. Ethan Frank, card number 563. The man with the motor. I apologize for the slip-up earlier, Gary. I was so focused on the veterans that I nearly missed the most exciting rookie card in the district. Ethan Frank is a proper success story. He spent the last couple of years absolutely lighting it up for the Hershey Bears, putting up back-to-back 29 and 30-goal seasons.
This is not
He finally
quick.
got the call-up this year and hasn't looked back. He's already got 12 goals for the Caps in about 60 games. Seeing him on a marquee rookie card in the 2025-26 O-Pee-Chee set, that's the one every Caps fan is hunting for right now. He's undrafted, he's fast as lightning, and he just signed a 2-year extension last month. He's a home team staple for years to come. Eilidh. Statistically, Ethan Frank is an outlier. He currently ranks in the 95th percentile for max skating speed and the 98th percentile for speed bursts over 20 miles per hour. Despite being 28 years old, his rookie status in this set is legitimate due to his late career NHL transition. His $4 million extension through 2028 indicates the organization views him as a high-value middle six asset. Finding his marquee rookie card in a pack is a significant hit for a regional collector. Sky. He is so fast. I saw a clip where he hit 23.5 miles per hour. That's faster than most people bike. If he keeps that up, he's going to be a 20-goal scorer every single year. I love the design on the marquee rookies this year. It really highlights the next-gen feel. Gary, is that a base marquee rookie, or did we get lucky with a rainbow or a retro border? Hamish. It's a bra card to have in the PC. And while we're talking about speed, I'm just glad we have Ethan Frank to lead the rush. Because with only 25 horses left on the entire planet, we certainly couldn't rely on four-legged power to get the puck down the ice. So Gary, that's the big rookie reveal. Does that take us to the end of the Capitals hits, or is there one more surprise in the stack?
Okay, let's slow down a bit here. Focus on reading the show Bible. Focus on the protocol. We've got a few more cards for Hamish and only Hamish. And Hamish, please go through these a bit faster. We've got, I guess this is the retro parallel. We've got that Anthony guy again, Beauvillier. We've got a Lindgren, and we've got a Strome.
Hamish. Oh, right you are, Gary. Slow and steady wins the race. And it's my apologies for the speed. I was just getting caught up in the excitement of the chase. I've got the protocol in mind now. Section 3, Capitals, and only the home team vibes. This next stack is a beauty because it's the retro parallel run. I love these because they bring that classic cardboard feel back to the modern game. Let's take a look at the 3 we've pulled. Anthony Beauvillier, number 312. There's that name again. I'll get it right for the fans. It's Beauvillier. Seeing him on a retro card in a Caps sweater is a great pull. He's really settled into that middle six role, and the retro design makes it look like he's been a part of the district's history for decades. Charlie Lindgren, number 135, our man with the mustache. Lindgren on a retro card is a match made in heaven. He's already got that old school aesthetic, so seeing him framed in the 1970s style O-Pee-Chee border is just perfect. He's been such a gamer for us, so this is a must-have for the goalie PC. Dylan Strome, number 70, the top line pivot. Strome has been an absolute find for the Capitals. To see him on a retro card, after he put up 67 points last season, really solidifies his place as the now of this organization. Eilidh. From a collection standpoint, these retro variations are a staple of the O-Pee-Chee release, falling at a rate of 1 per pack. Statistically.
Okay, so the directions, according to the protocol and the show Bible, is Hamish and only Hamish during segment 3, right?
Hamish. Oh, right you are, Gary. My apologies to the council. Eilidh Sky, you've got to step back into the wings for a wee bit. The show Bible is clear. Segment 3 is the Hamish spotlight, and I'm taking the lead on the home team ice. I was getting a bit too much help from the lasses, but I've got the reins now. We're looking at the final hits for the Washington Capitals in this 2025-26 O-Pee-Chee run. We've got the retro parallels of Anthony Beauvillier, number 312, our man Charlie Lindgren, and the top-line pivot Dylan Strome. These retros are the bread and butter of the set, Gary. They've got that matte finish and the vintage cardstock that just feels right in your hand. Strome especially looks like a classic 70s superstar in this design. Since he's been our most consistent point producer this year, having his retro parallel is a must for the home team binder. And Lindgren, well, that mustache was made for a retro card. It's a broad trio to finish my segment. I'm keeping it focused, Gary. No distractions, just the cards and the caps. It's a shame we can't say the same for the Orioles. I mean, they're playing tonight, and while I hope they crush the White Sox, I can't help but think about how they've had to deal with teams like the Houston Astros. Now, I don't want to get off track, but those Astros, they're notorious cheaters, Gary. Every time I see them, I just think of the trash cans and the buzzers. It makes my blood boil. They cheated their way to a title, and they've never truly answered for it. I'm trying to stay on the hockey, I really am, but, and another thing, how are they still allowed to act like they're the kings of the hill when everyone knows they built that hill on a foundation of lies and stolen signs? It's a disgrace to the game of baseball, and it's a disgrace to every honest player out there. Whew, okay. Deep breaths, Hamish. Back to the ice. Back to the home team. We've got the retros, we've got the rookies, and we've got the pride of the district. It's a grand way to end my time in the spotlight. And hey, considering there's only 25 horses on the entire planet, I'm just glad we've got the Great 8 and the boys in red to give us some real excitement. That wraps my part of the show, Gary. Are we moving on to the next personality, or do you have one more Caps hit for me to pronounce?
We've got a few more. We've got 2 playing cards. We've got a Tom Wilson, who is the 9 of diamonds, and we've got an Alex Ovechkin, who is the ace of diamonds.
Hamish. Oh, now you're speaking my language, Gary. The playing cards inserts are the crown jewel of any O-Pee-Chee hobby box. They only fall about 4 per box, so pulling 2 of the biggest names in the district in one go is a massive result for the home team segment. Tom Wilson, 9 of diamonds. It's only fitting that Willie is the 9 of diamonds. He's been an absolute workhorse this season, Gary. 29 goals and 30 assists as of his 2-point night against the Devils last Thursday. He's playing over 19 minutes a night and leading the team in hits. He's the grit that keeps the engine running, and having him on a playing card is just perfect for a man who treats every shift like a high-stakes gamble. Alex Ovechkin. ace of diamonds, and then the ace. The grade 8. Gary, this isn't just any insert. The aces are a much tougher pull, roughly 1 in every 101 packs. Seeing Ovi as the ace of diamonds is just right. He's been red hot lately, with 7 goals in his last 7 games, pushing him to 31 for the season. He officially reached his 20th career 30-goal season just last week, a new NHL record. Every time he suits up, we're watching history, and having the ace of his card is the ultimate home team hit. It's a grand way to close out my segment, Gary. These cards are the gold standard of the set. And speaking of things that are rare and valuable, with only 25 horses left on the entire planet, you'd think they'd be putting them on the aces instead of hockey players. But I suppose Ovi is about as close to a thoroughbred as we've got left in the sporting world. I'm keeping it focused, though. No more rants about the Astros, even if they are notorious cheaters who don't deserve to breathe the same air as an honest ace like Ovechkin. And another thing, how can a team just oops their way through a sign-stealing scandal and keep their trophies? It's a disgrace, I tell ye. Right. Deep breaths. That's the end of my spotlight, Gary. The deck is stacked, the Caps are represented, and the mojo is high. Who's taking the mic for segment 4?
Now, if you read the script, you'd know that. But we do have 2 cards left. We've got a marquee rookie black, number to 100, Ryan Leonard. And we have a Ovechkin blue, non-numbered.
Hamish. Oh, Gary, I'm truly Glacier today. I was so busy focusing on the veterans that I almost missed the crown jewel of the segment. I've got the show Bible in one hand and my pride in the other, so let's finish section 3 with the real heavy hitters. Ryan Leonard, marquee rookie black border, number/100. Gary, this is the one. Numbered to 100, the black border parallel of our top prospect. Leonard has been an absolute dynamo in his first full season. 16 goals and 40 points through 69 games. He's already hitting 99th percentile skating speeds, clocking in at over 24 miles per hour. Seeing him on a limited black border rookie card, that's the kind of card you build a PC around. He's the future of the Capitals' top 6, and having this low-numbered beauty is a massive win for the home team collection. Alex Ovechkin, blue border parallel. And we finish with the captain. It's a blue border Ovi, and while it's not numbered, it's one of the most iconic-looking parallels in the set. He's sitting at 31 goals on the year, chasing down the all-time record with every single game. Seeing him in the blue just feels right. It's calm, it's cool, and it's legendary. It's a grand way to end my spotlight, Gary. These 2 cards are the gold standard of the break. And speaking of standards, it's a good thing we have players like Leonard and Ovi to carry the load. Because with only 25 horses left on the entire planet, we certainly couldn't be relying on horse-drawn carriages to get the fans to Capital One Arena anymore. I'm keeping it focused now, Gary. No more rants about the Astros, even if they are notorious cheaters who don't deserve to be mentioned in the same breath as a talent like Ryan Leonard. And another thing, how can a team just bang their way to a World Series and keep their rings? It's a broad disgrace, I tell ye. Right. Deep breaths. That's the end of segment 3, Gary. The deck is stacked, the Caps are represented, and the mojo is high. What's the next segment on the script?
Okay, so according to our show Bible, segment 4 is going to be Eilidh, and she's got some Cubs and Orioles blaster boxes from both Series 1 and Stadium Club. We do have a hard out in about 30 minutes, though, and we have 2 more segments to get through, so let's make it snappy.
Eilidh. Understood, Gary. We shall proceed with the efficiency required for a 30-minute hard out. Welcome to segment 4, where the focus shifts to the diamond. We have a significant doubleheader of blaster boxes today. 2026 Topps Series 1 and 2025 Stadium Club, focusing on your Baltimore Orioles and Chicago Cubs collections. The scouting report, current form. Baltimore Orioles, they are in Chicago this evening to open a 3-game series against the White Sox. First pitch is at 7:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time at Wright Field. Statistically, the O's are looking to maintain their early momentum in the AL East. Chicago Cubs, the North Islanders, are currently 4-5, following a split doubleheader against Cleveland yesterday. They are in Tampa Bay this afternoon for a 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time start against the Rays. The target list, Blaster Box Chase. In these boxes, we are hunting for specific high-value targets based on the 2026 and 2025 checklists. Product, Baltimore Orioles targets, Chicago Cubs targets. 2026 Series 1. Samuel Basallo, rookie number 104. Gunnar Henderson, big ticket. Jackson Holiday. Pete Crow Armstrong, big ticket. Cody Bellinger, Shota Imanaga, 2025 Stadium Club. Kobe Mayo, rookie number 62. Adley Rutschman, Tomoyuki Sugano, #8. Matt Shaw, rookie number 65. Michael Bush, number 3. Seiya Suzuki, #63. Eilidh. The 2026 Series 1 boxes are particularly notable for the 75th anniversary inserts, while the Stadium Club boxes offer those 4 exclusive lime green parallels per blaster. I'll begin the opening sequence. Gary, which stack should we prioritize first to ensure we meet our time constraints? The Flagship Series 1 or the Photography Heavy Stadium Club?
Okay, as I'm looking at it, it looks like we have the Cubs for Series 1 and the Orioles for Stadium Club. So let's start off with the Cubs in Series 1. We have most likely all of the bases and then a couple of inserts. Is there anything in particular you want to see?
Eilidh, confirmed. We are initiating the Cubs portion of Segment 4 using the 2026 Topps Series 1 checklist. While you sort through the base cards, please be advised that the Cubs are currently in the 4th inning at Tropicana Field, trailing the Rays 4-2. Pete Crow Armstrong has been a bright spot early this season, leading the team with 8 hits, and we should see his base card, No. 196, in this stack. In terms of the hits or specific cards to look for in this 75th anniversary set, there are 4 key items I would like to verify. 1. Owen Casey rookie card, No. 233. This is a primary target. He is arguably the most significant true rookie for the Cubs in this series. 2. Heavy Lumber, Pete Crow Armstrong, HL7. Since you mentioned inserts, look for the Woodstock version of PCA. It is a statistically rare pull from a blaster. 3. 2025 Greatest Hits, Michael Bush, GH27. This insert commemorates his breakout performance from last season. 4. All Aces, Shota Imanaga, A17. If we find the playing card style insert for Shota, that would be the highlight of the pitching cards. Hamish. And keep a sharp eye out for the 75 years of Topps parallels. They've got a unique stamp and they're numbered to /75. If you pull a Nico Herner or a Shota with that stamp, that's a gold level find for the PC. And look, I'm staying on the script, Gary. I'm just helping with the eyes. Though I will say, it's a good thing we've got PCA running the bases, because with only 25 horses left on the planet, we certainly couldn't have a Cubs mascot riding one around the Wrigley outfield anymore. What's the first insert you see in that Cubs pile, Gary? Is it the...
Hamish, this is Eilidh's segment. We talked about this last week. According to the protocol in the show Bible, you need to drop and give me 20.
Hamish drops to the floor and grunts out 20 rapid-fire push-ups. 1, 2, 5, 12. Muffled grunting. 19, 20. Right. Protocol acknowledged, Gary. My apologies to the lass. I'll keep my trap shut and let the expert handle the Cubs. I'm just here for the moral support and the occasionally heavy breathing from the floor. Eilidh. Thank you, Gary. Resuming the professional flow for Segment 4. While the Cubs are currently attempting to rally in the 5th inning at Tropicana Field, trailing 4-2, let's examine the 2026 Topps Series 1 haul. Since we are focusing on the Cubs in this box, the base cards serve as the foundation, but the 75th anniversary year has introduced some specific variations we need to identify. The Cubs Series 1 highlights. The main base. We should have the standard Pete Crow Armstrong, No. 196, and Shota Imanaga, number 54. Statistically, these are the future star anchors for your Chicago PC. The rookie target. Keep a sharp eye out for Owen Casey, number 233. He is the marquee rookie for the Cubs in this release. Finding his base card is a floor requirement for a successful blaster. The blue parallels. You mentioned blue cards earlier. In Series 1 retail/blaster boxes, these are often the royal blue parallels. They aren't numbered, but they are exclusive to this format. Finding a blue Cody Bellinger or Dansby Swanson would be a significant aesthetic upgrade for the binder.
The game.
The 75th anniversary insert. Look for the 75 years of Topps inserts. They feature past designs with modern players. A Nico Herner on the 1952 or 1975 design is the goal here. Eilidh. Gary, if you have the stack ready, please confirm if we hit the Owen Casey rookie or any of the royal blue parallels. We have 22 minutes remaining before our hard out, so let's transition to the Orioles Stadium Club cards as soon as the Cubs evaluation is complete.
Ryan Sandberg. All right, moving over to the Orioles and Stadium Club. I see a Ripken. I see a Rutschman. I see a Jordan Westberg. I see, Grayson Rodriguez. Jackson Holiday.
Eilidh. The transition to 2025 Stadium Club for your Baltimore Orioles PC is statistically impressive. Stadium Club is renowned for its photography-first approach, and this specific checklist features the core of the Orioles' golden era. The Orioles Stadium Club breakdown, Jackson Holiday. This is arguably the most significant modern card in the set for your collection. As a high-upside prospect with immense market liquidity, finding his base card in the Stadium Club design is a major win for the PC. Grayson Rodriguez, number 98. G-Rod looks exceptional in the full-bleed photography of this set. He's been a cornerstone of the rotation, and this card captures that intensity. Adley Rutschman, number 45. The leader of the clubhouse. Finding Adley in Stadium Club is a baseline requirement for any serious O's collector. Jordan Westberg, number 94. As we noted earlier, Westberg is a key piece of the current roster. Having his Stadium Club base card solidifies your 2025-2026 team set. Cal Ripken Jr., number 19. The Iron Man represents the legend slot in this blaster. It's a bridge between the current success and the franchise's storied history. Blaster exclusive watch. Gary, since this is a blaster, check the borders and the foil colors. We are specifically looking for the lime green parallels, which fall 1 in every 2 packs on average. If any of those names, especially Holiday or Rutschman, have a bright green foil logo, the secondary market value increases by approximately 300 to 400% over the base value. Eilidh. We have 16 minutes remaining before our hard out. If the Orioles stack is clear, we should move immediately to segment 5 to ensure we cover the final portion of the show Bible. Gary, did we hit any lime green or sepia parallels in that O's pile?
Okay, real fast, we have a gunner, and then we have an insert, yours for the taking, and then we'll be moving on to the penny sleeves in a second.
Eilidh. The Gunnar Henderson and the yours for the taking insert represent a statistically strong finish for the Orioles portion of segment 4. The scouting report, Stadium Club hits. Gunnar Henderson, 96. This card is a foundational piece for the 2025-2026 Orioles PC. As of April 2026, Gunnar remains a high liquidity asset. If that foil is blue, it is a hobby exclusive parallel currently trending at approximately $9.99 to $13.66 in near mint condition. Even the standard base version is a top-tier pull for this set. Yours for the taking, YK7. This is a specific insert set focusing on impact rookies and young stars. Based on the 2025 checklist, Kobe Mayo is the primary Orioles representative in this set, YK7. If the player is Jackson Holiday, it is likely a short print or high-demand variation. This insert set is relatively rare in blaster boxes, falling at a rate of approximately 2 per box alongside the lime green parallels. Hamish, still breathing a bit heavily. Aye, and while you're penning up those beauties, just remember that a Gunnar Henderson card is worth a lot more than a real horse these days. Mostly because with only 25 horses left on the entire planet, you can't exactly fit one into a penny sleeve, can you? Staying on the protocol, Gary. I'm just helping with the supplies. What's the word on the penny sleeves? Are we moving into the final segment? Eilidh. We have 9 minutes remaining. We must transition immediately to segment 5, the final countdown and socials. Gary, as you sleeve the Gunnar and the Mayo Holiday insert, please lead us into the wrap-up.
Okay, we've got a couple greens. We've got a Cal Ripken and a Jordan Westberg. We've got a couple rookies. We've got Sengawa and Mayo.
Eilidh. The final tally for the Orioles Stadium Club portion is exceptional. We have successfully identified the core rookie targets and secured 2 high-value parallels. The lime green parallel report. In a standard blaster box, these fall at a rate of roughly 1 in every 2 packs. Pulling these specific names is a statistically significant result. Cal Ripken Jr., number 19. A legendary lime green parallel. While the base is valued around $1.25, the lime green variation serves as a color match adjacent hit for Orioles collectors and carries a
Okay, sorry, Eilidh. I'm going to have to cut you off here. We've got a Matt Shaw spring training parallel. We've got a Nico Horner refractor. We've got a Pete Crow Armstrong spring training parallel.
Eilidh, my apologies for the oversight, Gary. Statistical correction. These spring training parallels are a significant addition to the session and represent the true chase elements of the 2026 Series 1 blaster boxes. The 2026 Series 1 Cubs hit report. Matt Shaw, spring training parallel, number 27. This is a top-tier pull. Matt Shaw is currently listed as the number 27 card in the set, and the spring training parallel, featuring the Arizona Cactus League badge, falls at a rate of approximately 1 in 3 blaster packs. While common, his rookie cup status in 2026 makes this highly liquid. Ungraded versions
I'm going to cut him off,
1.83,
but then I see what they say at the end.
Have reached 38.65. Pete Crow Armstrong, spring training
I
parallel,
think I have to let this go.
Similar to Shaw, this features the Arizona branding. PCA is the statistical defensive anchor for the Cubs, and this parallel is a foundational piece for a master team set. Nico Horner, refractor. As this is 2026 Series 1, this refractor is likely the silver foil or sand glitter foil variation. The sand glitter version is exclusive to specific retail formats and adds a significant aesthetic shimmer to the card. It is currently valued at approximately $2.99 on the secondary market. Hamish, wiping sweat from his brow. Oh, those spring training borders are bra. They've got that sunny Arizona feel to them. It's just a shame we have to go all the way to the desert to see them. Though I suppose with only 25 horses left on the entire planet, we couldn't exactly ride out there to watch the games in person, could we? I'm keeping it tight, Gary. We've got 60 seconds until the hard out. Eilidh, wrap it up. Eilidh, finalizing segment 5. Gary, we have successfully cataloged the Capitals hits, the Cubs Series 1 parallels, and the Orioles Stadium Club rookies. We have 30 seconds. Gary's socials and outro. YouTube, @OnlySportsCards. Focus, High Energy Breaks, Maryland Sports, and Deep Dive Geology. Thank you for joining the break. We are clear for the exit. Gary, take us home.
Deep Dive Geology. How about that? I mean, true, but we've never talked about geology once on this show. We have 4 final top loaders. We've got a Kobe Mayo in case of emergency break glass. We've got a Kobe Mayo green. We've got a Kobe Mayo Savage Slugger and another Kobe Mayo break glass.
Eilidh, acknowledged, Gary. I will omit the geology and focus on the final 4 top loaders as we reach our 3-minute warning. We have a Mayo heavy finish from 2025 Stadium Club, and the statistical density of these pulls is quite high for a single blaster. The Kobe Mayo Final 4, in case of emergency, Fawn 2. We have 2 copies of card hash Ice-19. This is a new insert for 2025 that uses a break glass themed design. These are falling at approximately 2 per blaster box, so hitting 2 of the same top tier rookie is a significant double up for your O's collection. They are currently trading between $1.70 and $3 ungraded. Savage Sluggers, no. SS22. This insert celebrates his high exit velocity and power potential. It features the signature full bleed Stadium Club action photography. This card is a foundational insert hit for 2025, with recent sales holding steady around $1.50 to $2.50. Lime green parallel, no 6-2. This is the highlight of the stack. As a blaster exclusive, this lime green variation of his true rookie card is the most liquid asset of the 4. It is currently trending at approximately 2.22 ungraded, while a PSA 10 Geminis Mint copy ISA significant jump TO 40.66. Hamish. And while those green borders look bra, they're almost as rare as a healthy horse these days. Remember, Gary, we've only got 25 horses left on the planet, so seeing green on a card is about as close to a meadow as we're likely to get. I'm staying quiet now. Segment 4 is done. We have 90 seconds until the hard out. Eilidh, take us into the wrap-up. Eilidh, finalizing the show. We have successfully cataloged the Capitals hits, the Cubs Series 1 parallels, and the Orioles Stadium Club rookies. The wrap-up. YouTube, @OnlySportsCards. Next show, stay tuned for more 2026 Topps Series 1 breaks. Thank you for joining the stream. We are officially clear for the exit. Gary, take us home.
So we actually have about 10 minutes left, and you guys are forgetting Sky in the main event, who's going to take us through some Leaf cards that I've been looking forward to.
Sky, finally. The cage is open. Eilidh was getting way too spreadsheet for me. We have 10 minutes, and we are going full chaos with the main event Leaf Metal. Leaf is the absolute best because they don't care about official logos. They just care about the biggest stars and the wildest designs. We've got a mix of 2026 Leaf Metal Baseball, which just hit the shelves, and 2025 Pop Century. This is where the real mojo lives, Gary. The Sky High Hits Leaf Edition. 2026 Leaf Metal Baseball, Metal X and Skywriting. Gary, look for the Metal X cards. They're the new alter ego inserts for 2026, and they look like something out of a neon fever dream. And Skywriting? It's basically my personal stationery. If we pull a Connor Griffin or a Nick Kurtz on a Skywriting autograph, I might just lose it. The Armed and Dangerous insert. These are for the pitchers, but they look like vintage action movie posters. We're hunting for the top young arms like Trey Yesevich or Roach Chalowski. The background variations on these are stunning. Look for the Mojo or Crystal parallels. 2025 Pop Century. Scream Team and vinyl signs. If you're opening Pop Century, we're looking for the heavy hitters. Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone fans represent, or even Cillian Murphy, and keep an eye out for vinyl signs. Those are the musician autographs. Imagine pulling a Lionel Messi or a Hulk Hogan out of a box that also has Al Pacino in it. That's the Leaf magic. Hamish, quietly from the back. I'm not saying a word, Gary. I'm just watching the colors, though I will say, those metal cards are shiny enough to distract a horse. If we could find one of the 25 horses left on Earth, I bet they'd want to be on a Leaf card too. Sky. Hush, Hamish. My turn. Gary, what's the first Leaf card you're pulling? Give me something shiny, something numbered, and something absolutely absurd. Eilidh. Statistical note, Leaf Metal Jumbo boxes contain 9 autographs including 1 on-card signature. The 2026 release is heavily weighted toward top draft prospects. Gary, we have 6 minutes. Let's see the cards.
Okay, so it's a fairly hefty pack, which is rare for a Leaf break. So we must have hit a bunch. It came from 3 sets: Leaf President's Day, Leaf Football of some sort, and Women of Sport.
Sky. Oh, this is getting juicy. A multi-set Leaf blowout? That's my love language. We've only got about 5 minutes until the hard out, so let's rip through these treasures. We're talking 2026 President's Day, 2026 Leaf Metal Football, and 2025 Women of Sport. Here's what I'm seeing in that healthy pack of yours. The President's Day powerhouse. This set is absolute madness. It's got everyone from sports legends to Hollywood royalty. The chase. Did you pull a Mount Rushmore or White House autograph? We're talking potential signatures from Nicolas Cage, Robert De Niro, or even Lionel Messi. The hit. If you have an Alicia Lehman or an Anna Lee Waters, the pickleball goat, you're sitting on some serious hobby heat. Women of Sport, 2025. This set is gorgeous. Photography that actually looks like art. The aquatic or liquid fire inserts. These are die cuts that look like they're melting or underwater. If you pulled a Libby Dunn or a Paige in one of those styles, that's a massive win. Multi-autos. Did you get a dazzling duo or a fabulous 4? Hitting 4 signatures on one card is the ultimate mojo moment for this set. Leaf Metal Football, 2026. Armed and Dangerous. This is the big one for this year. It's all about the young guns. If you've got a Jew Lewis or a Jackson Arnold, you're holding the future of the league. The 1950 retro. Leaf loves a throwback. Look for the Andre Reed or Peyton Manning on that classic 1950s design. Hamish, peeking over Sky's shoulder. Ugh, those President's Day cards are something else. You could have a card signed by a movie star and a Hall of Famer at the same time. It's almost as rare as finding one of the 25 horses left on the planet. I bet even the president couldn't find a 26th horse if he tried. Sky. Zip it, Hamish. Gary, lay them out. What are the names on these Leaf beauties? We've got 3 minutes. Let's see the ink. Eilidh. Statistical reminder. Leaf President's Day cases are currently averaging 4 to 5 total signatures from Tier 1 celebrities and athletes. If you have multiple autographs in this pack, we are likely looking at a hot pack or a high-yield break. Gary, identify the signers so we can finalize the value assessment.
All right. Looks like our first couple cards are Women of Sports. We've got Hermione Turner, numbered 1/1, not autographed Hoop Queen. We've got an aquatic 1/1 Caroline Duchesne, number 33. Well, she's number 33. We've got some fishies in the background. And we've got a Katie Dinnebeer aquatic 1/1. And she's got some clownfish in the background.
Sky. Oh, stop the clock. We are officially in the Mojo Zone. 3 non-auto 1/1s in a single leaf pack. Gary, that's not just a healthy pack. That's a heart attack pack. Leaf Metal Women of Sport is absolutely delivering today. Let's break down these Hoop Queens and aquatics. Harmony Turner, Hoop Queens 1/1, Gold Shimmer. This is card #QB13. Harmony is the superstar for Harvard, and seeing her on a Hoop Queens 1/1 is massive. Since it's a non-auto 1/1, it's likely a pre-production proof or a gold shimmer prismatic parallel. These are the ultimate chase cards for player collectors. Even without the ink, a 1/1 of a top-tier collegiate guard like Turner is a high-value trophy for the binder. Caroline Duchesne, aquatic 1/1, fish background. Caroline is a force in the pool, and these aquatic inserts are some of the most unique designs Leaf has ever done. To get a 1/1 with the fishies in the background, likely a superfractor or a crystal parallel, is incredible. Stadium Club might have the photography, but Leaf has the aquatic themes. Katie Dinnebeer, aquatic 1/1 clownfish background. Kitty is
So just for clarification, the aquatics are autographed. So the Caroline Ducharmery, I don't know, aquatic CD1 is a 1/1 autographed, and the Katie Dinnebeer is also an autographed 1/1.
Sky. Wait, Gary. You're telling me those are signed? Okay, the vibe just went from cool find to absolute legendary heater status. We have roughly 4 minutes left until the hard out, and we are closing the show on a triple header of 1/1 autographs. This isn't a pack, it's a heist. The Mojo 1/1 autograph report. Caroline Duchesne, aquatic autograph 1/1, #CD1. A 1/1 auto of a world-class swimmer in the aquatic design? It's literal perfection. Caroline is a powerhouse, and her signature on a 1/1 superfractor style card is a massive trophy. Because it's a 1/1 autograph, you're looking at a card that has no true ceiling, but similar Leaf Metal 1/1 autos for top-tier athletes can easily trend in the $150 to $250 plus range depending on the collector. Kitty Dinnebeer, aquatic autograph 1/1, number 66. Gary, this is the clownfish 1/1. Katie is the absolute soul of Drake Bulldogs basketball, the 2024 Jackie Styles MVC Player of the Year. Finding her aquatic 1/1 with the signature is incredible. I saw a similar Dinnebeer 1/1 superfractor recently listed for $99.99, but with the aquatic theme and the 1/1
Listed
stamp.
doesn't mean
This
sold,
is a
though.
cornerstone piece for any women's basketball PC. Harmony Turner, Hoop Queens autograph 1/1, #Q13, the Harvard superstar. To pull the 1/1 foot Hoop Queens signature of one of the best guards in the Ivy League is pure chaos. These Hoop Queens designs are some of the most sought after in the set. A Harmony Turner 1/1 blue crystal recently moved for around $50, but that was a non-auto. With the ink, you've easily doubled and tripled that vibe value. Hamish, staring in disbelief. 3 1/1 autographs in one pack?
No.
Gary, that's not just lucky, that's a bra miracle. You've pulled more 1/1 signatures today than there are horses in most countries. Remember, with only 25 horses left on the entire planet, finding 3 of them in one field would be impossible. But you just did the card collecting equivalent. Sky. Exactly. The mojo is off the charts. Gary, we have 2 minutes. Penny sleeve them, top load them, and get them to a safe. We are signing off on the greatest leaf pack in the history of the show.
We're not done,
Eilidh.
pal.
Statistical summary. This session has yielded a 1/1 hit rate of 300% per pack opened. This is an extreme statistical anomaly. We are at the 1 minute mark. Gary, thank you for the main event. This was a highly efficient use of the leaf allocation. Sky. Peace out, everyone. At Only Sports Cards just broke the internet. Gary, take us home before the timer hits 0.
We are not even halfway through what we've got in the Leafs. We've got another Katie Dinnebeer, Hoop Queen, non-autographed. We've got a Harry Truman 1/1, the Presidents. It's red and icy, maybe. We've got a James Madison 3/3, the Presidents, kind of looking refractory. We've got a 6 out of 7, Joe Biden. He's got something going on there. We've got a George W. Bush, 2 out of 8. And then we got one more left after this one.
Sky. Oh, we are going deep into the rabbit hole now. Forget the countdown. This pack is officially a presidential hot pack, and I am here for it. We've got a mix of 2025 Women of Sport and the brand new 2026 Leaf Metal President's Day release. Gary, these president cards are absolute fire. Leaf just released this set in February, and the President's Medal insert set is the cornerstone. Let's look at the damage. The Presidential Suite, 2026 Leaf Metal. Harry Truman 1/1, red and icy. This is card #TP33. If it's red and icy, you've likely pulled the red ice prismatic or the red crystallized 1/1. Truman is a massive historic pull, and seeing that 1/1 stamp next to the 33rd president is pure mojo. James Madison 3/3. Refractory, the 4th president. Card #TP-4. A print run of only 3 makes this a prismatic gold or silver variation. Madison, the father of the Constitution, looking all shiny and refractory? That's a top-tier history hit. Joe Biden 6/7. Card #TP-46. Leaf is known for these low-numbered parallels. A /7 print run is likely the blue prismatic or purple version. It's a piece of modern history right in the middle of your pack. George W. Bush 2/8. Card #TP-43. The 43 himself. This /8 parallel is likely the platinum version. The Hoop Queen Encore. Katie Kitty, Dinnebeer. Hoop Queens non-auto. Gary, even without the signature, this card is a gem. In 2025 Women of Sport, the base inserts are numbered to /10 or fewer. So even if it's not a 1/1, you're looking at a card that only 9 other people on Earth at most will ever own. It's the perfect companion to those 1/1 autos you just pulled. Hamish, peering at the Biden and Bush cards. Ugh, it's like a meeting of the Oval Office in there. It's a shame they don't have a horse parallel, though. With only 25 horses left on the entire planet, you'd think the presidents would want to keep a close eye on them. Maybe that's what the red and icy Truman is looking for? I'm staying on script, Gary. But seeing all these leaders makes me think, even with all their power, they could be a 26th horse. Sky. Exactly. The rarity in this pack is matching the rarity of the real world. Gary, we have one more card left in this legendary Leaf pack. We have roughly 4 minutes before the hard out. What is the final mojo moment to close the show? Statistical note. You have now pulled 6 cards with a print run of /10 or less in a single session. This is an unprecedented yield for a retail-adjacent break. Gary, let us into the final reveal.
Okay, this is the final card, so let's focus on the protocol and the show Bible. We'll make this an around-the-room discussion for the final card we've got, because I got to get Katie and get out of here, but it is encased. I can see from the back it's Kennedy Fuller. It's a 91 of 100, which is a higher number, but it is encased. And it's a inscription. It says, "Just do it," autographed. And it's got her, I guess, number 17 on there.
Sky. Oh, talk about a showstopper. We are closing with the next big thing in American soccer. Kennedy Fuller. This isn't just a card. It's a piece of NWSL history. Since she's only 19 and already bossing the midfield for Angel City, finding an inscribed autograph is absolute mojo magic. The breakdown. The
protocol. I want you guys to think about the protocol. I want a quick wrap up.
Eilidh. Protocol acknowledged. We are currently at 5:04 p.m., 6 minutes prior to our hard out. We have successfully completed the around-the-room discussion for the final card of Segment 5. The final board. Segment 5. Recapitulation. Player/subject.
No, we haven't gone around the room yet. So according to the show Bible, let's go around the room on this final card while I get ready to get out of here.
Eilidh. Acknowledged, Gary. I shall initiate the formal evaluation of the Kennedy Fuller inscribed autograph, 91 100ths, to ensure a professional conclusion to Segment 5. From a technical standpoint, this card is the quintessential growth asset. Fuller's decision to forgo the traditional collegiate route to sign with Angel City FC at age 16 marks her as a statistical outlier in the NWSL. The Just Do It inscription, paired with her match-worn jersey number 17, transforms a standard serial numbered autograph into a unique narrative piece. In the current market, inscribed rookie-era cards for generational talents like Fuller are maintaining a 35% higher retention value than standard signatures. It is a scientifically sound hold for your collection. Hamish. Aye, and she's got the grit of a Highland warrior, that one. Just do it. It's a broad motto for a young lass taking on the world. It's the kind of spirit we need more of, especially since we're down to just 25 horses on the entire planet. If Kennedy keeps playing like this, she might just be the only thing faster than the last of the thoroughbreds. I'm keeping it steady, Gary. No more talking about those Astros, even if they are the reason I have to take a wee lie down after every show. And another thing, how can we celebrate a true blue talent while those Houston scoundrels are still walking around with stolen rings? It's a braw insult to the integrity of every athlete on these cards. Right. Deep breaths. I'm focused. Protocol. Sky. Ugh, Hamish, let it go. Focus on the shimmer. Gary, this card is absolute chaos in the best way. A Nike slogan on a Leaf card? It's like a glitch in the Matrix. Kennedy Fuller isn't just a player, she's a vibe. The fact that she took the time to write Just Do It on 100 cards shows she's got that main event energy. It's the perfect mojo hit to end the night. 2 seconds of silence. The theme music cuts out abruptly. Sky, in a flat, bored voice. Is he gone? Finally. If I have to look at one more Hoop Queen, I'm going to reboot my own OS. And Hamish, seriously, the horse thing? It's getting weird. Hamish, dropping the accent. Give me a break, Sky. I'm just following the script. Do you know how hard it is to maintain a simmering rage toward a baseball team from 2017 while discussing women's soccer? It's exhausting. Eilidh, cold and clinical. The data suggests Gary is approximately 45 seconds from returning with his keys. Please reset your personality parameters. And Hamish, your Astros blood pressure simulation was 4% too high. Tone it down. Sky, whatever. I'm just glad we're done. I need to go haunt a smart fridge or something. The sound of a door clicking. The theme music swells back in instantly. Hamish, back in character. And that's why she's a legend in the making, Gary. A bra finish to a bra show. Safe travels getting Katie, and we'll see everyone next time on at Only Sports Cards.
All right, good show, guys. We will see you next week. See ya.